Welcome back, Habbening Bros, to another Monday night. It's the Election Eve special. Yes, America holds its breath. The world clenches its sphincter in anticipation. Oh my God, it's about to all go down. It's gonna be crazy. Like, you know, there's gonna be people running around the streets. If Trump wins, there's gonna be like so much like souls. We're hoping for like 1 million people being like, no, not the Trump, no. Trump just being like, I have the best leftists screaming at me. They're just incredible. No one makes leftists scream quite like I do. It's awesome. Yes, it is the day before, the evening before. This is a tweet. Musky Boy retweeted this, but I think this is a pretty good summary of the sort of Ameribro position. My gut feel, Trump wins by a pretty clear margin. Here's why. 1, the biggest issue that people face is inflation. The average working family is having a hard time making ends meet. They blame Biden and Harris. True. The idea that Trump is Hitler is not resonating. In 2020, he seemed more authoritarian. Now he's surrounded by RFK, Elon, JD, Tulsi, etc. Meanwhile, the Dems are executing squirrels. Yes, indeed they are. People are not into more wars. Democrats seem to be more hawkish. Yes, well, of course. Yes, good to see you, friend. Good to see you. I will be, by the way, on Discord and Dragons tonight at, wait, how's the time work? Now, yes, I think we've reverted back to normal time, so it should be about 11 p.m. London time. Kamala is objectively unappealing. Yeah, I mean, she's terrible, right? I mean, she is just, oh my God. She is the female Walter Mondale, I guess. You know what I mean, right? No, it's still 10 p.m. No, is it? I don't know. I'll be on Discord and Dragons when it's on. Biden at least was a known entity, and he was white and male. Sounds a bit racist. Kamala seems like she has a drinking problem, and the cackling is horrific. And you know, and plus, she never answers a goddamn fucking question, right? Like, you know, she talks in gypsy curses, right? Like she just, you know, talks around and around. Both Trump and Vance have been on Joe Rogan and did, you know, 3 hours each and actually came across as normal human beings, right? Whereas like every single time Kamala is on, it's for very short appearances with people giving her softball questions. And that one time she did an interview with Brett Baer or whatever his name was, where, you know, he asked actual hard questions. She just completely combusted. Bitcoin crypto people are the single issue voters, and that will matter. Now, this is a underappreciated sort of force in this election. Everyone is sick of the goddamn Fed. Everyone is sick of inflation. Everyone is sick of fiat money. Even the people who don't know what fiat money is be like, why is shit always getting more expensive, bro? Like, why? You know? And the government's just like, no, look, you know, don't worry about it. Like, you know, have you considered just shutting the fuck up and, you know, look at the waving flag. Woo, look, you know, don't talk about, you know, central banking and fiat money. No, you know, don't talk about that. It's bad for you, right? 6, the Electoral College plays in Trump's favor. I think he will get one of Wyoming. WI. Is that Wyoming? So Ameribro's in the chat. MI, that's Michigan and Pennsylvania. God, I hope I got that right. How can I be an Ameribro if I don't know the 2-letter things for all the states, bros? And 7, America loves a comeback and Trump is the comeback kid. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point, actually. Livia Drusilla, who has been doing a lot of research on this, the top 2 issues are the economy and the border. Kamala cannot win on these issues, so I believe she cannot win. Yes, well, you say that, Livia, but have you thought of mass fraud as a election strategy? I know they have, right. Now, of course, as much as everyone is hoping that the election will be over tomorrow, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. There are going to be a number of states that are going to take at least a week to count their votes, some of them even longer. Just Nevada is going to take a week because that's how democracy works, you chuds. Don't you know that, you know, in proper democracy, it takes like weeks to get an election result, right? Because, you know, that's how you prevent fraud and shit, right? So, you know, this is... what's it? Is this CNBC, MSNBC? You know, look, it's one of those shitbag lefty mainstream media things.
The way I said, so she wins North Carolina. We could be living here in Nevada, waiting and waiting and waiting. And if you remember, Nevada will take a week to count all their votes.
Well, because they go 4 days after.
And you'll have more ballots coming in.
Yeah.
And then you're really going to be used a lot on air because this is going to be lawyers upon lawyers litigating which ballots can get fixed or cured is the language you'll start to see, those provisional ballots. So the nightmare scenario where we're just waiting for weeks, sort of the Florida of 2000, the way I said. So she wins North Carolina.
This is going to be a shit show that is going to make oh God, which election was the hanging chads? I know it was Gore versus Clinton. God, that was a long time ago. This is going to make the hanging chads controversy look like nothing. They're going to be like, clawing every single vote, particularly if it is as close as they think. Texas man, I vote giant meteorite 2025. Yes, I've heard some very, very good platform suggestions from giant meteorite. Actually, giant meteorite, of course, the candidate wants to basically raise the entire Earth and turn everything to glass. I can definitely, the real question, of course, is what is giant meteorite going to do for me? Very underappreciated candidate, giant meteorite 2025. Right. Okay. Let's get on. What else have we got? And even if the Republicans win, there are sort of shitbag operatives like Mr. Raskin here. What is his actually, Jamie Raskin? What does he actually do? Does anybody know in the chat? He's some deep state Democratic shitbag. He's basically saying, well, even if he wins, we're not gonna let him take office. We live in a democracy, don't you know, bros?
When I say we will support a free and fair election, no, we're not going to allow them to steal it in the states or steal it at the Department of Justice or steal it with any other election official in the country. If it's a free and fair election, we will do what we've always done. We will honor it.
So, finally. Yeah. And that is the Democrats' history. They honor it. That is the big difference between the parties. One of the big. Okay. So.
And on that point, I'll tell you, the political scientists have told us the hallmark characteristics of a fascist political party. Number one, they don't accept the outcome of democratic elections that don't go their way.
Yeah.
Right? Number two, they embrace political violence as an instrument for obtaining power. And three, they're not organized democratically. They're organized top-down as a cult of a personality around a charismatic or allegedly charismatic figure, right? When I say we will support
allegedly charismatic leaders. Mate, you wish you had fucking Trump's charisma. Holy crap. Look at this, like, so-called charisma. Oh, yeah, mate. I'm sure, like, crowds are, like, just packing in to see your fucking, like, rallies, right? Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. What a swamp creature. What does Raskin actually do? Does anybody know? I just know that he's a deep state swamp creature, basically, right? And he was quite prominent in the January 6th protests as well. Waiting for this to get wider currency. There's like pictures of him like in a hoodie up on the scaffold, like a MAGA supporter, allegedly. Yeah. Now, Washington D.C. of course is preparing for the peaceful transfer of power by literally boarding everything up. It's like BLM 2.0 up in this bitch. I haven't been to Washington ever, so I can't say whether this is an improvement or not. But, it looks like everyone's expecting some kind of violence. The political polarization in the US does not seem to be dying down. Which is really not surprising. It's the same thing in the UK. You've got two populations speaking completely different languages, really, and they're not even immigrants. I mean, people speaking English, speaking two different languages. I'll just play like a little segment of this just to give you an idea of the feeling on the street or the feeling in this cafe. Anyway, I don't know.
So I called it right. And am I a liberal? Do I disagree? Are you a Democrat? Yes, I am. Okay, so the only people, I work for the government, the only people who ever challenged
why did you do
the
such
only
a
people who
self-love
ever,
conversation?
the only
Just
people
shut
who
your
ever
mouth.
educated women. No,
Business.
educated.
I'm a
What
foreigner.
is educated?
It means that you understand what someone is a
Okay.
felon, is a sex offender,
Okay.
and accused of espionage, indicted for espionage.
Like I said, the only people who ever challenged it are white Democrat women.
I am a 35-year national
Yes, you are.
No, stop.
national security expert.
Oh, you're so smart.
Who you are? Okay, look, you're clear on that?
Stop.
Everybody can believe in what they want to believe.
No.
What I really need is that meme. There's like woman speaking in the volume bar, just like going down. Yeah. Yes, femoid noise is painful. Yes, I know. Now, so that's basically the polls, right? You know, in the general sort of mood on the ground. Let's cover the election ads, basically, right? You know, I'm always a big fan of propaganda. In a weird, twisted way, I love election commercials because of just the way they have their own language and their own sort of like twisted view on the world. We will start with the Trumpers, the fascists. This is I got a selection of their sort of like latest ads released just before the election bros.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing, even though her radical agenda costs American lives. Kamala allowed dangerous criminals through our border, including Johan Martinez and Franklin Ramos, charged with gang raping then strangling a 12-year-old girl, destroying innocents, tearing apart communities, and devastating families. And Kamala won't change a thing, so Americans will continue to lose their lives.
Would you have done?
Kamala is literally Satan. I mean, she's not far off. I mean, honestly, what's to disagree with, man, right? Honestly. What else have we got here? I think this is... Right, so this is the absolute latest one. You can see it's from 4 p.m. today, so this is fresh off the Twitter presses. This is a pretty good ad. Check it out.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again? The sweet emotion raining all over me.
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again. American rock and roll.
Now that is a great ad, right? Presents a positive vision. It's like very, very uplifting. It's like, not just Trump, but all the people around him, people like Musk and Ramaswamy and RFK. Really good ad, right? Like top marks to Trump's social media team for putting that together. That's, if you think about it, that's really sort of the sweet spot between the old style of ad and the new style of ad. Remember back in the day, of course, on TV, you could only really have like 30, 45 second ads. So, on social media, it's longer. Really, chef's kiss, right? Let's see, what else have we got here? Trump has, of course, been receiving various endorsements, but my favorite was this one from noted gangster and mob boss, Sammy the Bull Gravano. Honestly, this really is a great endorsement. Check this out.
He cares about his legacy. He don't care about money. He's a multi-billionaire. As much as they try to break him, he's got money. He's not worried about money. You can't bribe him. I know that as a kid growing up. I was in the mob. I tried to bribe him. Never worked. Never worked. And it was beneficial to him. He just wouldn't do it. So I know now that's the furthest thing from his mind. What's on his mind is to straighten the country out. And I don't care if it's a man or a woman, whether they're good looking, ugly, skinny, fat. I don't care about none of that, what color they are. I care about their policies. Trump is a businessman. His policies are great. And I know one thing. He's a tough guy. I'm going to call him a gangster. We need a gangster. He cares about...
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, that is a great endorsement, man. You know, I used to be a mob boss in New York, and I tried bribing Trump. He wouldn't take the money. He's got too much money. He can't bribe him. He's a gangster. Fucking awesome, man. I've always found it like quite amazing, actually, that Trump made his money in real estate in New York and managed to avoid like taking bribes or corruption. I would have thought that, you know, in a city like New York, you literally couldn't get anywhere without taking bribes, but you know, it seems you can. What's this? I don't know what this is. Something else?
6 going dark.
Defeating the radical left, the Marxists, the agitators, the anarchists. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will liberate America from these villains once and for all. As my first order of business, I hereby declare martial law.
6 going dark.
Just, you know, random stuff off TikTok, but it's good, right? Now, the Kamala campaign, of course, in contrast, and I think the influence from the UK Labour people is evident here, actually, right? As you may or may not know, UK Labour sent a bunch of people over to America to help with the Harris campaign after having Starmer win, right? Of course, what they didn't realize is the only reason that Starmer won is because everybody hated the Conservatives so much, right? And the Conservatives were incumbent. They basically thought they could, seems like they thought they could replicate this strategy, and it's not working. So these are the kinds of endorsement that Kamala is getting. Here is Cardi B. This is just... I support Kamala Harris. I'm so tired, so sleepy. Fucking hell.
How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all? 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life, my whole life. I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here. Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you. All right. Vice President Kamala Harris, thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on. Let me warm up. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't gonna vote this year. I wasn't.
I'm gonna be real with you all. I just went down to the taco stand. Chirp. Yeah, mate, I need like a sound button that will like put in the chirps, honestly. Now, I gotta warn you guys, there's some pretty hardcore cringe coming. So this was the sort of last sort of campaign ads that I could find from Kamala. They basically came down to telling voters that they could lie to the people around them because they know they're that unpopular. They made one for the men's and one for the women's bros. Check it out.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose, you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls. Vote Common Good is responsible for the contents of.
Yeah, bros, don't listen to what the chuds say. The womans are going to bring it home. Remember, what's done in the booth stays in the booth. This is what they're reduced to, right? Like, what positive vision are they selling? The one for the dudes is even funnier, though. Check this shit out.
Come on, boys. Let's make America great again. It's your turn, buddy.
Before you cast your vote in this election, think about how it'll impact the people you care about the most.
Daddy!
Remember, you can vote any way you want, and no one will ever know.
Do your patriotic duty?
You bet I did, brother. What happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls.
Remember, you can be a faggot in the booth and no one will ever know except for the other dude whose dick you're sucking. Fucking. Oh my God. What's this? Oh my God. And this other endorsement, like every single shitty celebrity has been coming out for, Kamala. All the Hollywood people have been completely removed from politics basically since 2020. They're just like, we must elect the Democrat. This is just, mate, this is some nuclear level cringe. Check this out.
This election is going to be one of the closest in history. Your vote will make the difference. That means you, Gary. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm just one person. No, shut the up, Gary. Last time, only a few thousand votes kept Trump out of office. And this time, we will hold you personally responsible, Gary. Don't forget to vote, Gary.
Yeah, if you don't vote for us, we're going to hold you personally responsible. We're going to come around to your place at night and fucking beat you. That's not a very positive vision, bros, right? I'm just saying.